Hi, I'm Jenny from the Missouri Star Quilt Company, and today we are doing block 4 of our Kimberbell Home is Where the Haunt Is Halloween block. And I apologize for getting behind on these. We've been super busy with our warehouse moving and me traveling, so we're going to get caught up and get these out to you as fast as we can. So this block is this really simple one. It's this block right here. And it's basically just sewing a group of squares, and we're going to make sure that they're sewn on point. So to make this block, you're going to need 2 different fabrics that contrast, a light and a dark, or whatever. In the black, it suggests black and tan, which is what they've done here. But I invite you to just, use your imagination. Everybody's doing these with different colors and brights, and so have fun and do it. I have one here that's done with black and orange. I have one that's done with orange and a cute white background print, and I also have a black and tan one. So, so just use your imagination and have fun with this. So we're going to cut 4 5-inch squares out of one fabric and 6 5-inch squares out of the other fabric. Then we just need to sew them together. So to make this little unit, we're going to sew 2 sets of 2, which I've done here, basically laid right sides together, sewn my 1/4 inch, and press them open. So we have 2 sets of 2 and 2 sets of 3. So here's the third one, and I saved one of these 3s to sew together. They're all going to go together exactly the same way. So your 2 sets of 2 look the same, and your 2 sets of 3 are going to look the same with the color in the center. So let's go to the sewing machine and sew these. Now I'm just laying these right sides together, matching up my edge, and sewing a 1/4 inch along the side. And then put my my white piece on the other side of the orange and sew that one down as well. And then we're just going to iron this open. Now I'm going to iron from the top here to make sure they're flat, and then flip it over and make sure that both of my seams either point out or in. So the trick to this is in the layout. So we're going to start with 2, and you're going to want to kind of tilt your square this way, because they're going to lay out on point. So the next one you're going to put up just like, no wait, we're going to do it like this. Here we go. Wait for it. This one's going to go like this. And this one's going to go like this. And this one has to go up here again. I'm sorry, I messed this one up. There we go. All right, so follow your diagram in your book and get your squares all laid out like this. Then you're going to sew these together. And when you go to do that, you're just going to line them up on the seams that match up. So remember, what you want to see is the same color running all through the center. Now I have one over here that I've sewn together right here. And this is my black and cream one, and then they need to be cut down. The size of the block you're looking for is 7 by 20. So what I did to figure this out is I laid it on my mat right here in the center, making sure that my points lined up here, and I counted out 10 this way and 10 that way, so because that's my whole 20 inches. So if I go 10 from 22 this way, it's going to end up here on the 32, and I just want to make sure that these end up pretty close, and then 12. All right, so the 12 looks pretty good. I'm going to come over here and trim this 12 off. I'm sorry, not the 12. I'm 10 inches out from the center, and I'm cutting on my my 12-inch mark. So this one also, make sure we're still lined up here. And 10 inches out is 32 right here for me on this mat. There we go. And then we're going to turn this, and we're going to again try and line it up right on the center. And then we're going to cut it to 7. And so for me, I'm at the 22 mark. I'm going to divide 7 1/2. That's 3 1/2. So I'm going to count 1, 2, 3 1/2. And lay my ruler out here And you may want to use a longer ruler. I can actually see through my fabric, so I'm pretty good on this. But I have this little short ruler. There we go. And then because I'm left-handed, I'm going to flip this around, and I'm going to go to the center. I'm going to come out 3.5 on this side right here, because we want this to be 7 inches, and I'm going to go from the half on this side. There we go. Now, one of the things you'll notice is that you have these little indents on either side. Now it looks like, let me see if mine, exactly how big it is. It's a little bigger than 7 even, so I'm going to line this side up along the edge and shave mine a little bit. You just want to check it. It's kind of hard when you're coming from the center of something to make sure it's all working. So line it up along your line and then trim that edge off. There we go. So you'll notice that you have these little indents here on the sides and on the corners. Well, those will come, they'll be in the seam when we go to put this block together. So say you happen to mess this whole thing up and it's cut completely wrong. What are you going to do? It doesn't fit anymore. You're going to add a little border. You can put a little piece in between here. It's not the end of the world. So if you happen to cut this wrong, don't die over it. So that's it for this block number 4 of Home is Where the Haunt Is. Thanks for joining us.